May I now introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, the SAPOA President, Dr. Sedise Moseneke. Come on!
I received a call from President Barack Obama this morning to wish me well with my speech and my opening. And during our conversation, he indicated to me that one of the toughest things that he's ever had to do was the possibility of him having to leave office after just one term being in office. And I assured him that one term is more than sufficient as SAPOA president, because when I saw what he looked like after only just one term, I was very happy to leave. In Durban last year, I was the youngest and I was the most good-looking. Now I'm gray and I'm not so handsome anymore. The ever-deceptive passage of time will always elude mankind, and I think it is only 12 months ago that I stood in front of you in Durban proclaiming our dedication to you, our members, and our plan for the financial year 2012-2013. The time that has lapsed can be labeled by many as history. It is for this reason that I have themed my address to you today, History Reminds Us. The Honorable Deputy Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, Justice Dr Moseneke, Honorable Mayors Park Stau and Patricia de Lille, members of our government, the CEO of SAPOA, Mr. Neil Gopal, past presidents of SAPOA, board members of SAPOA, all our sponsors, local international speakers, and all our panelists. And as always, and certainly for me most importantly, to you, our members and delegates from as far afield as Australia, Lesotho, Swaziland, the United Kingdom, the USA, and Zimbabwe. A warm welcome to our 45th annual SAPOA convention. Dumelang borra le bomme, ra lo amogela. The official number that Neil has indicated as being registered and counting this morning is 1,250, and we thank you for that. My name, ladies and gentlemen, is Sedise Moseneke. I've had the privilege of being your president for the last 350 days. It is as great and it is as most welcome a coincidence that our 45th annual convention shares a platform with 100 years after the Native Land Act of 1913, an act which I'm sure you will hear more about a little bit later. The reason I mention this to you is because history has a phenomenal manner of reminding us of the decisions that we make and the decisions that we have made in the past and the consequences that follow thereafter. History has an ever-present manner of judging us for the decisions that we do make in the past. History bears no grudges, ladies and gentlemen. History has no separation of powers between gender, race, creed, color, religion, nor any level of education. Its function is to remind us and to teach us never again to knowingly repeat transgressions or mistakes that we have made in the past. I could never stand here and claim that I'm a great student of history, as much as I have a lot of love for it. But what I can share with you is the history of the past 350 days of my term as president. We embarked on a well-published path of improving our relations with government. We didn't hide. We made it very clear that it's going to be a strategy that we are going to embark on. We promised to have better public-private relations to you. Transformation of our industry was and still remains a key focus for us. Fighting corruption and improving transparency in our industry was an important milestone. The Department of Public Works must work. I repeat, the Department of Public Works must work. Reporting on legal frameworks and protecting you, our members' rights, remains a key challenge for us. We have managed to create and grow relationships across all spheres of government. My passion for working on these relationships seemed a little bit far-fetched at one stage. But we were relentless, and my CEO and my board of directors believed in me, and they believed in the strategy. And I thank them very much for believing in us. If history was to ask us a few years from now, if we made every possible effort to engage with government, to debate and to challenge our government in order for us to have a more workable relationships with them, I certainly want to be one of the guys to put up my hands and to say, we definitely did, and we made it a priority. What is it that we have managed in this period of 350 days that I allude to? We have managed to achieve the following. Our local international relationships have been strongly cemented with RICS, which is the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, with BOMA, Building Owners Management Association of the United States, the Property Charter Council of Australia, British Property Federation, British Council of Officers, the Real Estate Association of Mauritius, and the African Real Estate Society, as well as IPD. We have formed an even stronger legal committee in the department to address all of the issues that have been a challenge to you all. Most of you will be very well aware of our milestone legal litigation that we had between ourselves and the city of Joburg. It went as far as the Supreme Court of Appeal. It was not done to try and belittle the city of Joburg, to try and pull any mickey out of the city of Joburg. The only reason we pursued litigation was to find our space and to show the significance that SAPOA has in the property industry. We are very happy that the city of Joburg recognized the importance of our players and the importance of the industry as a whole. We ended up with an amicable solution in the end, and we ended up having the rates and the ratios reduced, which I commend Neil Gopal and the legal committee for. We have managed to compile a set of standard agreements which will be made available to you, all our members. The agreements are made up of lease agreements for the commercial property sector, lease agreements for retail property sector, sale agreement for commercial property sector, practice notes for the commercial leases. In short order after the convention, these will be available to all of you to utilize. Our partnerships with GGDA and SA Cities Network has proven very, very phenomenal. It has resulted in us being able to invite and have the presence of both Mayor Pakstau and Mayor DeLille from Cape Town joining us. The mayor from Tshwane unfortunately could not make us, but it is those relationships which we worked on, which we wanted to forge ahead with, to be able to cement better workings between us and the government. Our bursary fund continues to perform sterlingly with 11 pupils who have been through it. Our educational courses have now been accredited, and they qualify for CPD points in order for your members to be able to get accreditations and to be recognized within the industry itself. Our research department continues to be strong in relation to the work that we do together with the IPD. That is but a few of the achievements that we've managed to come through that I just wanted to highlight to yourselves. The past year has been a combination of teamwork and collaboration between SAPOA and its many partners. We've had challenges, but none of them were great enough to warrant a mention to yourselves. History has taught us that some wishes are not achievable in a short space of time, but we have seen a lot of progress out of the Department of Public Works. The Honorable Minister Nglesi has vowed to make DPW work, and improvements to the system are starting to show. Be it slow, but they are starting to show. His motivation and willingness to clean up the department and to fight corruption has been impressive. He will need our support. Many of the situations will be out of his control, and many of you, as you've seen in the media, will be aware that many of the situations will not be in his favor. So our support to the minister will be highly valuable. My other duty this morning is to officially open the 45th Annual SAPOA Convention. As many of you would have noticed, we have expanded our sponsorship profile for 2013 in order to afford our members an opportunity to be able to share in our 45th year celebration. We decided as a board that we needed to celebrate this milestone as a birthday celebration for SAPOA. We have also created a program that, as you will see, is going to push some boundaries. We purposely allowed it to push those boundaries. We wanted the program to bring you insights into the political landscape and, more importantly, to give an overview of how the property sector has performed and what is required to make it progress. We have also invited, and I'm glad you met him before me, Mr. Richard Quest, to facilitate the next few days for us and to bring his flair into our program. A few of the CEOs had interactions with him in the last night, and I'm sure they can vouch for his professionalism and his ability to carry this conference. The nature of a birthday celebration requires us to also have fun. And for this, we have closed off our convention with a beach party at the Valley of the Waves, which we hope all of you will enjoy. As I go to my conclusion, it is only proper that I extend a few thank yous. History always teaches us that in order to achieve our desired outcomes, a joint and a shared vision amongst people is very important. We could not have achieved our milestones without the help of the following people or organizations. The Board of Directors of SAPOA, I would like to thank you for your support throughout my term as president. The support that I've received from you has been sterling, and I really appreciate it. To the CEO, Mr. Neil Golpole, and the rest of your team, it has been phenomenal for me to walk through into the offices. I was a kind of president who was hands-on, not interfering, but I was hands-on because I spent a lot of time with Neil and a lot of time in the office. And it is for that very reason that we got to form the relationship that we have. And I would sincerely like to extend my appreciation to Neil and for the time that he has spent in guiding me through the past year. To my company, Encha Properties, and in particular to my personal assistants, Felicia, thanks for putting up with me, and thanks for having to juggle two balls between SAPOA and Encha Properties. And to the rest of the Encha Properties group, I really appreciate it. To my family, to my wife and kids, your support has been phenomenal. I appreciate all the sacrifices that you've had to make for me to be able to travel, to engage, to serve my industry. Yourself and the kids have been phenomenal. To my mom and dad, thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it as well. To the sponsors, as I had explained earlier, we had split the sponsorship for this year amongst a number of companies so that we could bring you the celebration we intended to. Our gold sponsors for this year were Liberty Properties, JHR Properties, and Growth Point Properties. Our silver sponsors, PD Naidu and Associates, Crane Construction Consultants, Standard Bank, Encha Properties, Dubai Trade Port, Remote Metering Solutions, and Capital Property Fund. Our bronze sponsors, ACOM, Schindler Lifts, Otis, Sunlam Properties, and NHBRC. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our sponsors, please. Lastly, I would like to thank our convention committee, which is being led by David Green, for putting on, thus far, a sterling convention. And we certainly look forward to the next 2 days, and we hope you're going to live up to an opening such as this and outdo yourselves. To the incoming president, Mr. Estienne de Klerk, I wish you well and I wish you success in the upcoming year. It has been a pleasure to work with you thus far, and I can safely say the industry is in safe and in capable hands. Thank you, sir. In closing, I wish to thank you, our members, for making me feel welcome and for the support I have received from most, if not all of you. I leave you in the capable hands of the good Mr. Richard Quest, and I sincerely hope all of you will have a fun-filled and an enjoyable convention. I thank you.
Thank you.